Wait, Bitcoin payments in under a second? What happened to those 10-minute block times we've been complaining about for years? If you've ever sent Bitcoin on-chain, you know the pain. You click send, you wait, you check the mempool, you refresh again, and by the time it confirms, you've already explained to your friend why it's still revolutionary. But something big has changed. Right now, there's a new layer built on top of Bitcoin, and it lets payments fly across the network almost instantly with almost zero fees. It's called the Lightning Network, and it's quietly transforming Bitcoin from digital gold into digital cash. Before we get hyped, let's rewind. Why is Bitcoin slow in the first place? Because it was built for security, not speed. Every transaction gets recorded on a global ledger, the blockchain, where miners verify, bundle, and secure it with proof of work. That process takes time, roughly 10 minutes per block, and that's what keeps Bitcoin decentralized and trustworthy. No one can change your transaction. No one can reverse it. But that security comes at a cost: speed and scalability. Imagine if every coffee purchase on Earth had to be written directly into the Bitcoin blockchain. It would jam instantly. Fees would spike, and your cappuccino would cost $20 in miner fees. That's why developers build a second layer, a lightweight network that takes the load off the main chain and makes Bitcoin move at internet speed. Enter the Lightning Network. So how does this actually work? Think of the Bitcoin blockchain as a highway, strong, reliable, but a bit slow. Lightning builds side roads between users. Two people, let's call them Alice and Bob, open a payment channel by locking a bit of Bitcoin into a shared address. That opening transaction is written once on the blockchain. Inside that channel, they can send each other money as many times as they want, instantly, privately, and for almost nothing in fees. Every payment just updates their shared balance sheet. Alice now has 0.03 Bitcoin. Bob has 0.02. When they're done, they close the channel, and the final balance gets recorded back on the blockchain. So instead of flooding Bitcoin with thousands of tiny transactions, Lightning condenses them into just two: open and close. But here's the genius part. You don't need a channel with everyone on Earth. Lightning can route payments through connected users, like packets of data on the internet. If Alice is linked to Carol and Carol to Bob, Alice can pay Bob through Carol. No bank, no minor delay, no borders. Each payment hops across the fastest, cheapest route, like electricity racing through a digital grid. That's why it's called the Lightning Network. And this isn't theory, it's happening right now. There are apps and wallets making Lightning payments feel effortless. Wallet of Satoshi, the simplest experience. Download, scan, send sats instantly. Breeze, a self-custodial wallet that turns your phone into a mini node. You control your keys and payments still fly. Strike connects Lightning to the traditional financial system, so you can send Bitcoin that the receiver gets as local currency instantly. And it doesn't stop there. You can tip creators on Nostr, stream sats while listening to podcasts, or pay a fraction of a cent to read an article online. Lightning turns Bitcoin into programmable money for the internet age. It's like the early days of the web. Every month brings new tools, new ideas, and new experiments. So, is Bitcoin fast now? Yes and no. On the base layer, Bitcoin stays intentionally slow and secure. That's what makes it incorruptible. But with the Lightning Network on top, we now have a turbo layer where transactions are instant, cheap, and global. It's not perfect yet. Liquidity, routing, and wallet usability are still evolving. But for the first time, Bitcoin payments feel like using money. And that's a massive step toward Bitcoin becoming the internet's native currency. If you want to actually use the Lightning Network, open a wallet, make your first payment, and see the magic yourself, I'll walk you through it in an upcoming video. So make sure to subscribe, hit that lightning-shaped like button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep stacking sats and stay charged.